Welcome back to Warth Stories, where we unravel the raw, unfiltered truths of life's deepest moments. I hope your Thanksgiving was filled with warmth, shared laughter, and the kind of love that feels like a safe harbor, surrounded by those who value you for your heart, not your contributions. My holiday was a tempest of tender memories and profound heartbreak, overshadowed by a betrayal that struck at the core of my trust in family. If you're new to this channel, I invite you to watch my previous video for the backstory, a sprawling narrative of loss, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of what matters most. Tonight, I'm sharing a fictional story that feels viscerally real, a mother's theft of the last gift my father left me, a betrayal that shattered my understanding of family. I'll also weave in the light of how I won my wife's heart, the sting of online vitriol, the ongoing fracture with my brother and mother, a haunting tale born from my guilt, and a personal struggle. My wife, Elena, is at a gala with a client, and I'm grappling with unease as she shines beneath glittering chandeliers. I'm 44, Elena is 44, reflecting on my life at 25, facing betrayal, and as a teenager, falling for the woman who became my anchor. This is a story of pain, love, and redemption, so let's begin. The wound that drives this narrative still bleeds, a fictional tale that cuts to my soul. I never imagined I'd harbor anger toward my mother, the woman who worked 2 jobs to raise me alone, her hands roughened by late-night waitressing and early morning house cleaning, her eyes heavy with exhaustion, yet fierce with determination to give me a future. She was my hero, the one who braided my hair before school with gentle fingers, who stayed up late sewing my Halloween costumes, her needle trembling from fatigue but guided by love. Her voice, soft and reassuring, wove stories of resilience, promising we'd overcome any hardship together. But what she did after my father's death last year when I was 24 shattered that image like a mirror splintering on a tile floor, leaving jagged shards I'm still trying to piece together, each one cutting deeper with every touch. My parents' divorce at 12 was a bitter fracture, their shouting matches filling our cramped apartment with thunder, shaking the thin walls as I huddled in my room, clutching my sketchbook. Dad wasn't perfect. His drinking stole him from my school plays, his promises often lost in a haze of whiskey. But he never stopped supporting me. He sent checks every month, even when Mom tore them up in fury, her face flushed as she branded him a deadbeat, her anger a wall I couldn't breach. I'd find his letters slipped into my backpack, his handwriting shaky but warm, urging me to chase my dreams of becoming an artist, to paint the world with my heart's colors. When cancer claimed him, the news struck like a tidal wave, my knees buckling in my college dorm, the phone slipping from my hand, its screen cracking on the floor like my world. I grieved the father I'd only begun to know, his voice echoing in my mind, telling me I was enough. Then his lawyer called, his tone formal yet kind, delivering a gift from beyond. Your father left you his entire savings, $180,000, in a trust fund for when you turned 25. I sat on my worn couch, its springs creaking, stunned by the weight of his love, a final gesture to secure my future, perhaps for art school, a studio, or a home where I could create in peace, a piece of him I could carry forever. My 25th birthday arrived, and I drove to the bank, my heart buoyant with possibility, imagining Dad's proud smile as I envisioned my future, a studio filled with canvases, a life built on his faith in me. But the account was empty, a zero glaring from the statement like a cruel taunt, the teller's sympathetic eyes deepening my shock. My hands trembled, my breath shallow, as I dialed the lawyer, certain of a clerical error, a fixable mistake. His voice was heavy, hesitant, each word a stone sinking in my chest. Your mother withdrew it. She claimed it was for your future. My heart plummeted, a cold weight dragging me down, the room spinning as I gripped the phone, my knuckles white. I drove to Mom's house, the familiar street blurring through tears, the air thick with the scent of her jasmine garden, a fragrance that once meant home but now felt like a lie, a betrayal cloaked in nostalgia. I confronted her in her kitchen, the linoleum cold under my bare feet, the fridges hum a mocking backdrop to my rage. "Mom, where's the money Dad left me?" My voice quaked, my hands clenched into fists, my heart pounding like it might shatter my ribs. She didn't flinch, didn't deny it, just met my gaze with eyes cold and unyielding, like a stranger wearing my mother's face. "I'm your mother," she said, her voice calm, almost righteous, as she sipped her coffee, the mug steam curling like a specter between us. "You owe me your life. That money was for everything I sacrificed, every late shift, every missed meal, every tear I shed raising you alone." I stared, my throat tight, my mind reeling as she justified her theft, each word a blade slicing through my trust. She'd paid off her mortgage, the house now hers outright, its white picket fence a mockery of the stability she claimed to earn. She bought a new car, a red sedan gleaming in the driveway, its shine taunting me with every glance. And she gave a chunk to my half-brother, Jake, 19, to get on his feet, funding his aimless life of late-night gaming and barista shifts, his easy smile a reminder of her favoritism, a slap to my face. I screamed, my voice raw, tears streaming as I begged her to see what she'd done, to understand she'd stolen not just $180,000, but Dad's final gift, his love crystallized in dollars meant for my dreams. She remained calm, sipping her coffee, her eyes distant, as if I were a child throwing a tantrum over a lost toy. "You'll understand when you're a parent," she said, her voice flat, dismissing my pain as a phase I'd outgrow, a debt I'd learned to pay. I stood there, trembling, the kitchen clock ticking like a heartbeat, each second widening the chasm between us. I pleaded one last time, my voice breaking. "That was Dad's money, Mom. His last gift to me. How could you take it?" She set her mug down, the clink sharp in the silence, and said, "I did what I had to for our family. You're young, you'll make more." Her words were an unyielding wall, and I realized the mother I'd adored was gone, replaced by someone who saw me as a ledger to balance, a debt to collect for her sacrifices. I moved out that week, packing my life into cardboard boxes, my hands shaking as I taped them shut, the sound of ripping tape echoing my resolve to break free. I left behind the home where Mom's laughter once anchored me, now tainted by her betrayal, its walls holding memories I couldn't bear. I blocked her number, her emails, her voice a wound too raw to hear, each notification a reminder of her cold eyes. But her Facebook posts haunted me. Family first quotes over photos of sunsets or Jake, her smiling with him at a diner, pretending all was well, her hypocrisy a knife twisting in my gut. I confronted Jake once, hoping he'd understand, his apartment cluttered with gadgets, a new gaming console, a sleek TV bought with my inheritance. "She said it was hers to use," he shrugged, his voice casual, as if discussing a loan, not Dad's legacy. "You didn't need it, right? You're doing fine." His words echoed Mom's dismissal, and I walked away, the door slamming behind me, a sound that felt final, like a book closing on our bond. I sought legal recourse, meeting the lawyer in his cluttered office, the air heavy with old books and coffee. He shook his head, his voice gentle but firm. "Your mother was a co-trustee. She had legal access. There's little we can do." The words crushed me, my last hope fading like paint under rain. Friends urged me to forgive her, their voices soft with pity, saying she sacrificed so much that she meant well that parents err. But how do you forgive someone who stole not just money, but the last piece of your father, the trust you thought unbreakable? I'm torn between the loss of $180,000 and the deeper wound, realizing Mom saw me as a debt to collect, my life a transaction to settle her sacrifices. Sometimes love isn't broken by distance, but by betrayal disguised as sacrifice. And once that happens, you stop being a child and become a lesson, a mirror reflecting the cost of their choices. I've rebuilt my life in a small studio, painting late into the night, my canvases alive with colors that scream my pain and hope, but her betrayal lingers, a scar I touch in quiet moments, wondering if healing is possible. This betrayal echoes a family ambush I shared before, a dinner that tested my strength. A Sunday invitation came after months of silence, since I refused to loan my parents $50,000 for my sister Sarah's lavish wedding. My brother Tom called me selfish, ignoring how I worked 3 jobs to become Dr. Emily Harrison, chief of emergency surgery, while they funded his failed ventures. The dinner was a trap, Mom's roast chicken a lure, her best china gleaming under the chandelier. Dad announced they'd cut me from their will, the money going to Sarah and Tom, their smug smiles cutting like knives. I walked out, vowing they'd get no help from me. No money, no medical favors. Weeks later, Tom faced a $35,000 appendectomy bill, Sarah a torn ACL, and Dad a heart attack requiring $150,000 surgery. I refused to intervene, forcing them to face their choices, selling assets, taking jobs, agreeing to counseling. Dad's surgery succeeded, and they learned family is about respect, not resources. At my Mayo Clinic ceremony as head of surgery, we took a photo, Sarah in off-the-rack clothes, Tom in a cheap tie, Mom and Dad wiser, me in my white coat, valued beyond my bank account. These betrayals contrast with a memory that anchors me, a story I shared online that sparked both joy and cruelty. At 16, I fell for Elena, my now wife, her braces glinting, her giggles like fireflies in a summer dusk. She was my sister Claire's friend. I was the hot, older brother, my heart racing at her laugh. Years later, I staged my apartment, her favorite team's t-shirt on a chair, a Smashing Pumpkins CD on my nightstand, her favorite beer in the fridge. It worked, sparking hours of laughter and love. I admitted it in my vows, our guests roaring, Elena's blush radiant. Reddit turned it ugly, DMs calling me a monster for a t-shirt. Elena, and I laughed, her hand on mine, baffled by the hate. To those who loved it, thank you. To the haters, find joy. This love sustains me through storms. Those storms fuel a fictional tale that haunts me, reflecting my guilt. Picture Donovan at his dining table, stale coffee heavy, a newspaper trembling. His wife's voice pouts, "Why won't you look at me?" Her leg brushes his, water dripping, nails clicking. She's an imposter. His real wife died, falling from a bridge after his drunken lies. Her decaying face, maggots writhing, hollow eyes, haunts him, her screams echoing his guilt, mirroring my pain over family lost. At 26, I watched my parents lose my brother R to his girlfriend M, who tore us apart. R divorced, apologized over Mom's coffee, then met M. Her charm faded, she mocked S, held grudges. Their pregnancy brought joy, but M's venom cut deep, and they went no contact. I met R once, his denial hollow. Dad's plea failed, R took his baseball glove and left, the door slamming, a loss that haunts me. My mother's chaos persists. Claire fled her abuse with Noah, revealing Mom's CPS lies and pressure to get pregnant at 14. Her followers set my in-laws' house on fire. She's vanished, her shadow lingering like Donovan's ghost. I'm in therapy on meds, fighting nightmares of her return. Tonight, Elena's at a gala with S, a client. Her transparency soothes, but date stings. She'll return, her gown shimmering, her love my anchor. Christmas aches without Dad, my daughter's home alone drawing heels. Claire's rebuilding, the investigation stalls, but I'm choosing trust and boundaries. Lessons forged in betrayal. Thank you for joining me on Warth Stories. If this story resonated, please like, share, and comment to support the channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon for more updates. Thank you.